Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. This video today, I want to talk about Ken Masters in Street Fighter 6. Now, this character has had changes. Let's call them tweaks. And I think the tweaks have helped create a well-rounded character. He's lost some things. He's gained a couple of things. I think he's in a very good place in terms of Street Fighter 6. But on the tier list, some people are saying he's still top 5 and he's broken. Some people are saying he's now not good. He's the worst Shoto. Now, the worst Shoto, that statement in itself doesn't make much sense because there's 3 Shotos. So 3 Shotos can be in the top 5 and one can still be labeled as the weakest. That doesn't really carry any weight to it. I personally think Ken is still very good. I'd say top 10. And I would say why he shines in Street Fighter 6. He doesn't significantly stand out, but he's a very well-rounded character and he has some very good tools in this game. So in this video, we'll talk about those tools. First, to give context, what significant changes did this character get to tweak him from Season 1 to now Season 3? Just a quick rundown of what I remember. So target combo, medium punch into heavy punch. This was nerfed, so you can no longer delay this to create a frame trap. And the actual hit, the raw hit confirm is very difficult. It's very difficult unless you're like solely looking for it and ready for the hit, the strike. It's not that easy, but not all is lost. So if you land this on hit, rather than hit confirming into the heavy punch, on regular hit, it does combo into a jab. So you can rely on that and still convert off it. And on counter hit, you can convert that into a crouch medium punch, which does decent damage. There was a change to run DP. So I think run into DP, this move here, I think it has faster startup. So that enables you to link it off things you couldn't link before. So for example, crouch and medium kick into run DP links on regular hit. That actually combos where it didn't back in Season 1. So that now enables us to do links like that on punish counter. There was a change to OD Dragon Lash, so in certain situations, if the opponent's already in the air and you do an OD Dragon Lash, the bounce causes them to bounce a little bit higher. This, in conjunction with the Run Dragon Punch change, means you get combos like that now. Now, I'll be honest, that's really cool you can get that, but we very rarely use those type of combos. There are some certain juggle situations where you want to do the OD Dragon Lash into Run DP, but you don't really see it too often. It's very specific. Ken's level 2 on block, -5. That was a change they made. I don't understand to this day why this is a change, but that's a thing. Heavy kick Jinrai, I believe now does more chip damage than before. When doing Jinrai into the low kick, if you frame trap, if you get a counter hit on the shin kick, the low kick, that no longer gives you a counter hit confirm. That causes a knockdown. So it's not the end of the world, but you don't get combos there. I think that has hurt Ken quite a bit. Probably one of the most significant changes he received in terms of nerfs. And his post-throw pressure. This has been nerfed as well, particularly in the corner. He still gets to throw a loop if you walk up, but if the opponent back rises, it's very difficult to time the throw loop. Okay, so now let's focus on the tools that make him a very good character. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is crouch and medium kick. Crouch and medium kick for Ken in this game is a 7-frame button. Now, it doesn't have the longest reach of all the crouch and medium kicks, but 7 frames is the fastest you will see for a crouching medium kick in this game. And if you land this, you are always getting the corner because of the run Tatsu. Doesn't do mad damage, but it will always give you the corner and very good Oki. Speaking of Oki, Ken also gets a run DP off crouch and medium kick, as we mentioned before. So if you're whiff punishing, you can convert into decent damage with crouch and medium kick into run DP. Now, it's not an easy thing to do, but if you practice it, it is very doable. Ending combos with run DP is really good. Quick rise, back rise, you always get OK. For example, you get run overhead, dash up heavy punch, and a dash into slight walk, micro walk, throw. If you do a forward dash and block, you can bait the DP. And if they do an instant 4-frame mash on wake up, that will actually trade, meaning you will get combos, trade combos for good damage. He also has a very fast sweep, so we spoke about crouch and medium kick being very, very good, but his sweep is 8 frame as well, so this is another great with punish tool. 8 frames on a sweep is really good, and it has very decent range. So Ken also has three very fast supers. So level 1 is 7 frame startup, level 2 is 6 frame startup, and level 3 is 7 frame startup. But I'm going to focus on his level 1 and level 3. They have strike invincibility. Level 3 of course has invincibility against everything. And a character like Marissa, it can do target combo into a variety of options. Not only can Ken blow up every single follow-up she does after target combo with super, the fact that it's so fast is insane. It's just really good. It's really good for these reaction situations. So essentially, Marissa's target combo, you just buff a super level 1 every single time. And it'll just destroy all of her follow-ups. Other characters can do this, but the fact that it's 7 frame startup is what makes it so powerful. And it's not just this scenario that is good in. Drive rush 8, the input there. It's not just this scenario that this is good in, but there's numerous scenarios where having a fast strike invincible super is very useful in this game. You can do the exact same thing with level 3. Drive rush is tricky because you have to do quarter circle punch, and that will OS whether they do the drive rush or no drive rush cancel. So Ken's level 2 super doesn't really get used as an invincible reversal, doesn't have invincible properties. There is something it has, I think 1 frame of strike invincibility, but it doesn't even matter that it has that, it's not relevant. But it does have very fast startup, 6 frames, and lots of range. It can be used as a raw punish against a number of things in Street Fighter 6. So we need to talk about Ken's stand medium kick. So stand medium kick is an 8 frame startup move, and it will only go into target combo regularly. In punish counter situations, you can link it into other things. So if I block this, you can see there I got a crouch medium kick off the punish counter stand medium kick. But you can also, if I get my range right, link into level 2 at range as well. So that's a really nice option to go for. Now, his stand medium kick is good because it has so much range. It's got a lot of range. That's why I can punish Guile's upside down kick on block at that range. Gives me a punish counter, but it's got so much range. And again, it's another fast button. It's a 8 frame startup move. So whilst yes, it's not special cancelable, in certain situations, you can convert into mad damage, the punish counter situation, but it has that reach as well. It's got a lot of reach. So this also punishes a lot of things on block at the right spacing. So we need to talk about OD Fireball into Drive Rush, a technique that's used by many in Street Fighter 6. Now, Ken does have this. It's not the most powerful iteration of Fireball Drive Rush, but it's decent. But if you don't know this, what you want to do is you want to actually hit confirm it. So that situation there where Ryu threw the fireball, you know that's going to punish counter because he's doing the fireball, not so much the counter hit. So if you do it and he throws the fireball, so like there, that's going to be a punish counter because he's thrown the fireball. There we go. Another example. So if that happens, you can actually hit confirm into the drive rush. And that's important because you get a conversion. Yes, it is 3 bars, but it nets good damage, and it's a very good way to punish people for throwing fireballs. The OD fireball in itself is not the reaction. It's reacting to them doing the fireball at the time you do the OD fireball with your drive rush to get the conversion behind the OD fireball. It's like a hit confirm. It's a hit confirm once you realize the OD fireball will punish them for throwing their fireball, if that makes sense. So it's worth mentioning that it's not overpowered, but it's a significant technique that Ken has, and it's very good because the drive rush into stand heavy punch or whatever you do will then net you things like damage, corner control, or you could even go into like super art level 3 to net some big damage and really punish their meter, their drive meter. So it's another noteworthy mention. So this one probably doesn't get mentioned enough as it should, but Ken's heavy DP, it is 7 frame startup, so it's not super fast, but it has a lot of horizontal range. I'd say it's rivaled by Drury's, and I think Cammy's has a lot more range. I think Cammy's maybe slower though, that's the only thing. But this is a good DP to use where the opponent is actually quite far away from you when they jump, so situations like that. If they're in the corner as well, you'd be surprised if I put Ryu in the corner. Let's do that again. If they do a jump back, so I anti-air that. If they're in the corner, push him in. You can just about clip them when they jump back. It's risky. It is risky. But if they jump back and put out a button, you'll be surprised at the amount of range, how far you can be with the heavy punch DP. In this situation, Ryu's not pressing anything. But if they press a button, you will catch their limb and you will anti-air them. So it's not as strong as it was in Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5, it was much faster and had a lot more horizontal range. But it's still decent. Ken is also a character that gets a meterless side switch. So there's a number of ways to get a side switch scenario. So we all know Chinbuster can go into run Dragon Lash, and that is a meterless side switch. I think that's super important to mention in Street Fighter 6. To get out the corner without spending bar is pretty huge. So that is it for the video, guys. There may be some things that I've not mentioned. I apologize if that's the case, but those are the tools that make him good in this game. As I mentioned, I don't think he's top 5 anymore, but he's definitely within that bracket of 6 to 10. He's in the upper echelon of characters in Street Fighter 6. So if you're not using those tools, make sure you tap into them. If you're aware of those tools, and maybe you've underestimated how good they are in this game. So let me know your thoughts. Have I missed anything out? Any questions or any queries, always give me a shout, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.